Hey there, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to learn about classical conditioning. This is a type of learning that was first described by the Russian psychologist Ivan Pavlov in the early 1900s. He's the one who did the famous experiment with the dogs. The core idea here is that a neutral stimulus becomes associated with a meaningful stimulus. And eventually, the neutral one alone can trigger the response. Let me show you what I mean. In Pavlov's experiment, he noticed that his dogs would salivate when they smelled and tasted food. This is an example of an unconditioned response because it's an unlearned response to an unconditioned stimulus. Okay, now the stimulus that naturally triggers the response is called the unconditioned stimulus, or UCS. The unconditioned response is the natural reaction to that stimulus. And in this case, it's salivation. So the UCS is the food and the UCR is salivation. Now, a neutral stimulus is something that doesn't initially trigger any response. In Pavlov's experiment, the neutral stimulus was the sound of a bell. So before conditioning, the bell does not trigger salivation. Now, the conditioned stimulus is the previously neutral stimulus that comes to trigger a response after conditioning. So after the bell is rung repeatedly with the presentation of food, the bell alone can start to trigger salivation. So the CS is the bell. And the conditioned response is the learned response to the conditioned stimulus. So the CR is salivation to the bell. Let's look at a real-life example. Let's say a child is bitten by a dog. The bite is a painful experience. So the pain is the unconditioned response. The dog is the unconditioned stimulus. After this experience, the child might become fearful of all dogs. The fear is the conditioned response and the dogs are the conditioned stimulus. The child has learned to associate all dogs with pain and fear, even though they haven't been bitten by that particular dog. Classical conditioning helps us understand how we learn fears, habits, and preferences. It's used in behavior therapy to help people learn to overcome their phobias. It is also how animals learn to perform tricks and how we learn to associate certain feelings with certain products and brands. For example, if you see an advertisement for a new car that you like and the ad makes you feel happy, then the next time you see that brand, you might feel happy just from seeing the logo. Alright, that's what classical conditioning. Next time you see a scary movie, ask yourself what kind of learning might be going on there. I'll see you next time.